Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be back. It feels like it's been forever since I have done a live class, and I haven't done it since Facebook stopped letting us actually stream live into groups. So this is definitely a little different where it's on StreamYard or YouTube is really the only places. I think I have it going to my actual business page, but I hardly get anything over there. But anyway, it's live. Feel free, comment, let me know. I see there's actual viewers, but nobody's commenting. Usually people will start commenting on where they're at or say hi. So let's get started. We went to the Unite conference in April. It was a fabulous event. So next year, what was at the end of April, definitely when you start seeing those being published or the information, it was a fabulous event. I love the smaller events. I mean, I love R4, it is what it is. I love BOC probably because it is a little smaller, but the Unite conference was definitely a great experience. I look forward to it next year. And it was fun to actually meet face to face with all of the KB Core trainers that I do all these classes all the time and webinars. So it was really cool being able to meet with them, party with them, do a lot of fun stuff and just get face to face or belly to belly with the actual trainers that I've been watching online. It's always fun that way. Hey, Karen. At least it shows. Sometimes it doesn't show a name. I know I don't get the faces because of the Facebook thing, but so that was a fabulous event. Definitely put it on your calendars. It's over in Charleston, downtown, which I had never been to, and it is such a cool little town. Of course, we got to go do the jail hunting and do a lot of fun stuff. The amazing other trainer, Holly Fogel, we roomed together and we got to go check it out. We had so much fun. So put it on your books. I have 7 pages of notes from that event, and I lost the bag that had my notes, and I always do my notes on my phone or on my iPad. But I finally just found my book, but I know there's a ton of different ideas. But the Smart Assistant, this LP Mama, which anybody who maybe came from Boomtown, you'll know what that is. As you know, Inside Real Estate, kind of the mothership of KB Core, purchased Boomtown. So they're integrating a lot of pieces. We have a lot of really cool features being brought inside of KB Core. I'm super excited about that. I believe that is why the website kind of stuff is going really slow right now. It's taking sometimes 24 hours to see anything I've done design wise, like more advanced stuff, which is driving me crazy right now. But to me, it's like, okay, I know we've got some really awesome stuff coming down the pipeline. And of course, as soon as that goes live, I will be doing a class and all that fun stuff. But today is all about being able to use Smart Assistant, how ChatGPT is actually built inside of your KB Core. So I'm already in my contacts. I just kind of have my fake people in here for my test account. But the LP Mama, I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm going to share this really quick because I thought this is a really cool aspect as far as if you are making those calls or emails or not knowing what to say, they have this kind of pre-built in to the ChatGPT Smart Assistant inside of KB Core. And I thought this acronym was fabulous because a lot of times if you do make those calls trying to reach out to anybody, you're going to be able to, I would get stuck on my words. I wouldn't know what to say. I don't do the whole sales call thing. I know some people are awesome at it, but it's really good to kind of have a script. I firmly believe in scripts. I know we always used to do that in the office when we were doing all the different coaching and stuff. And hey, Todd, but yeah, it's nice and warm down there. 2 of my Florida peeps over there. But excuse me, I thought this LP Mama was a great thing where it's going over like the location, motivation. Why are they going? Are you working with an agent? Have you spoke to a lender for mortgage? And then, of course, closing, getting that appointment and thanking them. So I thought this was pretty cool. So I'm going to show you if you are looking to do those calls when you're in your CRM and just go click on anybody that you want to be able to make those calls. I think if you go into your main dashboard and you can kind of see that activity, that's also a great way to know who to call and why. And of course, in your settings, you got to set up that manual, that email that goes to you every morning that kind of tells you who to call and what to do and all that fun stuff. So this is a great way. Open up that person's profile, and over on the actions over on this far right, you're going to see make a new call. And here's where it's saying, okay, you could do it from your phone. You can do it from the app. You could just do it in yourself. I'm more of a desktop person, not on the go, using my mobile all the time. And I do like how I can get all the scripts and stuff right onside the desktop. So I like to tell everyone, spend 20 minutes a day working in your database, doing your tasks, all of that while you're having your coffee. So this is where, here I want to make a call. Right down here is where you have Smart Assistant call script. So this gives you a bunch of different ideas, and this is where you'll see that LP Mama. And I'm trying to think of a fun jingle, but LP Mama just kind of sounds funny. So I don't even know if that's how they normally say it, but that's how I say it. So this is where that script came in, what I just showed you. So it kind of gives you different things, kind of prompting you on questions you could be asking as you're making these calls. So you can go down here. If I want to ask my own ChatGPT prompt, I could completely do that too. So I'm going to come over so we can see what welcome. This is kind of, I've never spoken to you or anything like that. So this is just some great scripts and ideas. And of course, once you get comfortable with one, it'll flow. You won't need this. It's all about practicing. But I do same thing when I'm doing classes, like big classes. I will kind of go into a presentation mode, and that's because I have a squirrel brain and I get excited and I start talking fast and I start going way off topic, but that's just who I am. So I do the presentation kind of to keep me focused and make sure I get what I need to accomplish done. And that's exactly what these call scripts are doing for you, is allowing you to kind of stay on task and make sure you're asking those important questions, because it is super easy to kind of go squirrel brained and all that. So definitely check out that Smart Assistant. It's powered by ChatGPT, but you could also, I could ask my own if I wanted to. Same thing with sending an email. I could use the Smart Assistant. And here I may send a welcome email. Maybe I want to promote a listing. So you have a new listing, or you're doing an open house, and you're able to maybe do searches for people that are searching for X city. And maybe you want to send an individual email to them. Or I could just send a welcome email. Maybe I want to check in, or I could do my own prompts. And as you can see, it's hello and whatever name it is. Of course, if you have, Mr. President, or I know I've seen some crazy names in there, you may want to remove that. But the good thing is most people, because they're signing up with Google or Facebook or actually have their name in there, it's great to be able to use these merge tags, and they're already pre-built in to the Smart Assistant ChatGPT prompts. So that's good. If you wanted to add more, you could certainly go in here and add a whole slew of different merge tags, which basically auto-populates that information that you're looking to do. So here's a lot of great things. Or I could say, let me go back. Let me use the Smart Assistant. I want to do a custom prompt. Maybe I just sent this person a CMA using the core present. Maybe I just want to follow up with that. So I could type in, follow up email on the CMA I emailed last week. And just like ChatGPT, I'm going to craft this message. And just like that, boom. Look how fast that is. I would say any custom prompts for sure, because the other ones, they've kind of been vetted and they're embedded in there in that Smart Assistant. If you're doing a custom prompt, always, just like anything with ChatGPT, always kind of reread and change the words around. It's a great start. It doesn't, don't just put the prompt and hit send. I would always recommend reading what it's actually sending. And I have seen where sentences are almost duplicated, or I don't know that I necessarily see typos, but you want it to be in your own word. But the ChatGPT assistant is really going to at least get you started on a great email, text message, anything like that for whatever it is you're looking for. So this is just, blah, blah, blah. And you see how it automatically brings in these merge tag fields. So I don't have to write my name, write my email, write my website, or the lead's name or anything like that. So it automatically kind of brings everything in. And of course, you can also include your signature. So in your KV Core profile, hopefully you have your nice signature. I use WiseStamp, and I was able to copy and paste that and put it right in there. So there's movement and all my icons and everything in there. But definitely, so I still like to include my signature, even though this is more of my business details that are pulling from your profile within here. So definitely, if you wanted to add an MLS number, you could do that if you're promoting a listing or anything like that. So this is great to be able to use this for any of your emails, and it'll do the same thing for text. So if I want to send a text, it's going to show my entire history, which is always great if you want to look at that. But here's where I could also use the Smart Assistant. I just want to check in. Here we go. Just really nice and quick. But, and I see this all the time where I want to be able to add emojis and stuff like that in the text. If you go through here, you can add emojis. So I can add all these fun things. So let's be silly. So here's where I could actually add an emojis. I could attach a photo or anything like that to here. I could add an MLS number, templates. That's just, let's go ahead. This is going to be any of their templates inside of kind of that smart CRM. There's a ton of email, text templates, all of that. But also if you want to send a video, I love the video. Core Video is amazing. For free, as you see when I click here, it's going to say start free trial now. I can't remember how much it is. I want to say $30 a month or $45 if you want unlimited videos, and it stores, and it's kind of, with the BombBomb platform. You don't get the email part of the BombBomb, but it's basically where all of your videos are stored. So if you have a welcome video, you could literally add that to any of those smart campaigns, just embed that for that first video. If you're not a big video person and you're going to send maybe a couple, use the free version. You get to send 10 videos, and that's individual. So you wouldn't be able to add it to any mass, kind of campaign that you have going on. It's individual videos, but you can do 10 every single month. So every month you get 10 new videos that you can do. So you can send a core video within this text message or emails right inside of your dashboard here. And I think this is great. For me, a video is way better than any text or email because they get to see you, and then they get to know and like, trust, all that fun stuff. So definitely, if you're a video person, you may want to sign up with that core video. So it'll save all of these videos for you. You'll have like a library of all the videos you've done, so you can repurpose or resend, add them to your campaigns. I think the campaigns is a great way to add even just a little intro video. There's workarounds using YouTube or something like that, but I think this is a great way to be able to send video. So it allows you to do that. You could just click core video and then just hit send whenever you're done. So that is, as far as the Smart Assistant, using the ChatGPT right inside of a client's record to be able to record a call, send it, all that fun stuff with the scripts. I think that's great. When it comes to ChatGPT in general, ways that you can add to your website by adding blogs or content, information for each of those areas that you have on your website. Those are all fantastic ways to do that. And if anyone has any questions on this part, feel free, chat away, let me know if you have anything. When it comes to ChatGPT, I love it for blog content, as well as even adding content above the default for those areas you serve. And by adding those to your navigation, all of that. This I wanted to do, I just did a prompt of, write a blog for a real estate agent for things to do for Father's Day in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So just like that, it's going to give me an entire blog of different things that people could be doing. If you ever come up to East Tennessee, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel so bad. All the Florida, all I hear is how hot it is. It's gorgeous. But here we go. All this fun stuff. I like to add these to a newsletter or for your newsletter, but I like to add it to the blog. So here's one kind of already being, already did. I would say it's going to give you all these different areas and locations to link those inside of your blog. That's creating backlinks. It's providing value. Whenever you do add a link to go somewhere else to someone else's website, always choose that option to open in a new window. That's really big. Don't ever just, keep it on this page because that'll navigate them away from your website. And we don't want that. We want it to open up in a new tab. And that's an option when you're going in there. I've done it. But again, as I mentioned, like any updates in KV Core right now are taking like 24 hours and it's kind of driving me crazy. But I also know the cool things that are coming to us. And it said Q2. I've heard June. So I believe they're working really hard on this really cool stuff that's coming down. And it is mostly website stuff that I was most excited about. So stay tuned as soon as all of that is live. But same thing, any, adding blogs, these are local and these are great because you can add it to your newsletter. It gives you content for your social media, linking back to the page on your website, which is super important. It's all roads lead back to your website, driving traffic, helping you get leads, giving people who are on your website value other than just searching for a home, because they're probably on Zillow or something like that, honestly, looking at property as well. So giving people, your past clients, a reason for them to go to your website. And I love it because it gives content for social media, all that fun stuff. So definitely when it comes to, 4th of July, I'm going to go and do a post for 4th of July. My number one blog every single year is the school calendar. Basically, it comes in a PDF. I copy paste, make a cute graphic, linking back to the main school website. It is my number one blog every single year. And it is copy paste, but people want to know the calendar, the short days, holidays, when everything has off. So by having that on the website, I think is a huge value. And it just gives its local content. That's going to only help with your search engine optimization, with Google, providing value, all that fun stuff. The other thing is, like, you have your website, we have your cities drop down, which this is basically coming from the areas we serve or areas we cover. But you can add content to these. So here's a page about Cocoa Beach. So this is that areas we cover page. I add it, as a navigation drop down. You can add content above the default. So by default, this page starts here. It gives the most popular, most expensive, least expensive, and then it gives, all the different, all of them. Do I want to just look at the new ones, price reduction, any open houses, or anything like that, and some stats. It gives all sorts of good stuff, all the subdivisions for that specific city. That all helps with search engine optimization as well. But you can add content. So kind of for my monthly checklist is I just go and add content to each of these pages. It's just something where it's ongoing. It's not built in a day, but it's just over time. I want to add content. I want to add links for the Chamber of Commerce, the city page, the events page, whatever I can find for that specific city. I want to add those links. Also on my to-do list is I am working on adding buttons so I could have the market report, map search, sellers, seller valuation. And I'm using the squeeze page links that I've pre-built so it is specific for this city. So I am working on that. I just haven't been able to figure out how to make buttons that's going to be friendly across all devices. So, and I didn't really want to just use links, but right now that's all I can do until I can figure out how I can make it mobile responsive. But with this new update, I may be able to do that. So any questions? Seems quiet. I had 2 comments and I see people are on here. Is everybody using ChatGPT or another source? I also use Gemini, which is pretty cool. Because I could even, what I do is I'll have a blog and then I say, perfect. Now write me a social media post leading people to this blog, but I want it with emojis. And I could certainly change, it just adds, I like it when it's kind of broken down. It makes it a lot easier for people to read and everything else. So here's basically a call to action social media post that I would use to post to my social, and then I would read full blog here going back to my website. So as you can see, I mean, it gives everything. It even gives you me hashtags and everything. So, and I've already specified that it was for a real estate agent. I like doing that because it will add a real estate agent's tone to that actual blog versus it being something else. It'll be like, as your local agent, as your community leader, whatever it may be, it will add that real estate tone for specific for an agent. The same thing when it comes to like holiday emails and stuff like that. I like being able to kind of give it the tone that I want. And that's the fun thing about ChatGPT, which you can do all inside of your KV Core as well. Yes, Fran, it's like the best assistant ever. And I don't necessarily copy and paste verbatim, but it's such a great start to give me ideas, or when you're having that creative block, which most of us that are kind of creative, like, okay, I have nothing. ChatGPT has been great with that. Gemini, I don't know if anybody's used Gemini. Gemini's been pretty cool as far as it'll even give me like ideas for shirts or creative designs, I could say, and it'll give me kind of examples, but it'll say, use this, a house with a plant or with this going on. So I like Gemini, which is Google's AI. I do like that. It's interesting how completely different they are, but Gemini seems to have a lot more visual add-ons that I can do. I don't really use it for a blog because it'll give me the links and photos for all of the different attractions, but I would never use those on my website because I just don't want to use anybody's graphics other than my own. So, and it almost makes it too easy. Just if you copy everything, it's going to be bringing in images from Google, and you never, ever, ever, ever want to do that because they could be copyrighted, and you just don't want to do that. But I'm curious because I just flew through that, but I do this all the time. So I am curious if anyone has tried any of the scripts, the Smart Assistant using the ChatGPT from inside. It is not currently, when you go to send a mass email, it is not in there. I believe, and we can go see, let's see, Smart. Let me open up this little thing here. You go to marketing, send mass email. You go to schedule an email. So I was like, I don't think it's in here. Nope. And I know it's not in the advanced editor yet, but I wasn't sure if it was in here. So it's not. So the only way to get that Smart Assistant right now is when you're actually in a client's contact. Do classes. There we go. Is when you're inside of them. The actual contact. And that's where you have all those action buttons and stuff like that. No other questions? I just flew through that. That wasn't even 30 minutes. It's not even an hour class, although I think I have a bunch of quick videos that I've done that are under 5 minutes, but I talk really fast. So, okay. But I want, I would love for you guys inside the groups, wherever you saw this, comment. I want to know what you're struggling with the most, because I would love to do more classes on that. I know inside the groups where we kind of publish this out, we have in the guide section this is the 13th video where we have full hour classes kind of going over everything. But definitely let me know what you're struggling with. What do you want more help with? I've done full hour classes, even though I wanted to make them a half an hour, but they ended up being an hour. But that's really diving deep into everything that we have to offer. So let me know. Let me remove this. There we go. So let me know what you're struggling with, what classes you would like us to do. I am in the RE/MAX Tech and Tools group. I am posting Tuesday tech tips. So every Tuesday is just kind of my hot question of the week and I'm just kind of posting those in there to try to help everybody. But definitely go through and play and watch some of these videos. Make sure to watch some of the KV Core training. They've been doing a phenomenal job. RE/MAX University is doing a phenomenal job. That's why I have not done any classes since January. It's like, feels every day there's a training between KV Core and, RE/MAX. So I don't necessarily, I did not feel the need, to compete with the pros and what they're doing. I just like to share anything that I find helpful. And more specific, adding video and Diane, that's definitely more advanced on websites. I can certainly do those because I do that all day long. And if you're in like the RE/MAX Tech and Tools, if you go to, I do have a full hour website and I do show how I embed a video and stuff like that. But that's definitely more advanced, but that's a great idea. So maybe I will put that on the books, although I am waiting. I know July class falls on Independence Day, so I'm skipping July and summertime. So August, we are working on Google Forms, and that's also another great tool. Google Forms just in general, but even being able to add a Google form or a link or embed it onto a website for some other purpose is a pretty cool idea. So Google Forms will be August. And of course, as soon as these new releases come out, I will be scheduling a live, posting videos, and because I will be super excited to start playing with that. But I like that, adding a video, Diane. That's a great, because that is something I hear a lot and I do it all the time. A little more advanced for sure, but I think we're ready for that. We've all had it for almost a year now. I mean, some of us over a year. The Independents got it September, October. So hopefully everyone's been able to play, watch those videos. And of course, if there's ever anything we can ever help with, make sure, go inside the RE/MAX Tech and Tools, reach out to me, private message. I get them all day long. I'm always happy to help. And I probably have a blog or so on my website answering those top questions, but always happy to help. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining. Bye, everyone.